There is a specific kind of static that fills the space between needing something and doing it. You feel the thirst first, sharp dryness at the back of your throat, like sandpaper, and you can see the glass of water sitting 6 feet away. It's right there, nothing is stopping you, except somehow it feels like it's in another dimension. You notice the cold creeping into the room. The window is open, your skin prickles, your arms tighten. You know exactly what to do. Stand up, close it, come back, feel better. It's a simple cause and effect, one small movement. But your body doesn't move. Not because you don't understand, not because you don't care. In fact, you're hyper-aware. You can feel everything. Your shoulders stiffening, your stomach empty, the sticky heaviness in your hair, the dishes stacking in the sink like a mirror of the clutter in your mind. And the strangest part is that you're watching it happen from a distance, like you're inside the machine. But the controls are behind glass. From the outside, this looks like laziness, like apathy, like someone who simply refuses to try. But inside, it feels nothing like refusing. It feels like paralysis. It feels like your nervous system is hitting the brakes with both feet, while the engine is still revving. You want to move. You want relief. You want to take care of yourself. Yet even the smallest task, drinking water, taking a shower, brushing your teeth, registers in your body as something dangerously expensive. If you recognize this, I need you to hear this clearly. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are in a freeze state. And there is a reason your body learned to survive this way. From the outside, your reality is easy to misread. People don't see the glass wall. They don't feel the static in your body. They don't understand what it costs you to stand up and do the simplest thing. They only see the results. The unwashed hair, the dishes, the unopened mail, the cancelled plans. And because they only see the output, they assume the input is simple. They call it laziness, or being messy, or not disciplined. If they're trying to be kind, they'll say, "You're in a rough patch," and then offer the most frustrating kind of advice, high-functioning logic. Taking a shower only takes 5 minutes. Just clean one corner. You'll feel better if you eat properly. Use a planner. Try a habit tracker. They speak as if you're unaware that food creates energy, as if you've never heard of sleep, as if the problem is a missing calendar app. But the breakdown isn't happening at the level of knowledge. It's happening at the level of nervous system access. So when you can't follow their advice, their interpretation shifts. You're no longer just struggling. Now you're stubborn, unmotivated, not trying hard enough. And that misunderstanding creates a second wound. Because now, you're not only fighting your own paralysis, you're fighting the shame of being misjudged for it. Here's the part most people never understand. Your problem is not motivation. If it were motivation, you wouldn't care. You wouldn't notice. You wouldn't lie awake thinking about everything you should be doing. You wouldn't feel that constant pressure in your chest when you look at the mess or feel your body deteriorating. But you do care. You care so much that it becomes painful. What you're experiencing is something far more structural. Inhibition. A neurological blockade between intent and action. Your mind still runs the logic perfectly. You know that drinking water will help the headache. You know that a shower will reset your body. You know that clearing the space will calm your nervous system. Cause and effect still makes sense, but the bridge between knowing and doing has collapsed. It's like your internal system is running 2 programs at the same time. One program is screaming, "Move, fix this, take care of yourself." And the other program is slamming on the brakes, "Do not move, movement is dangerous." So your body becomes a car with 1 foot on the gas and 1 foot on the brake. You're not relaxing when you lie there. You're not choosing comfort. You're being held in place by a survival circuit that has decided action is too expensive. That's why tasks that look small from the outside feel impossible from the inside, because the task isn't just the task. Take a shower isn't 5 minutes. It's a full sequence. Stand up, gather clean clothes, turn on water, feel the sensations, face your reflection, come back out, dry off, clean up the aftermath. Each step requires motor initiation. Each step demands engagement with the body. Each step costs energy. Your nervous system is trying to conserve. This is why traditional advice fails. Not because you're resistant, not because you're weak, but because when your nervous system is inhibited, willpower can't override a locked circuit. You're not lazy, you're in an access problem. You're trying to control a body whose safety system has classified ordinary life as a threat. And once you see that, the shame begins to crack. Because your struggle isn't a moral failure, it's a biological strategy that has gone too far. To understand why your body inhibits you, you have to stop looking at this like a character flaw and start looking at it like a survival hierarchy. Your nervous system isn't designed to make you productive. It's designed to keep you alive, and it has a ladder of responses. At the top of the ladder is the state you feel when life is safe enough. Connection. You can think clearly, plan ahead, feel hunger, and respond to it. Clean a room without it feeling like a life or death event. But when stress rises, the nervous system drops down a level into fight or flight. That's the high energy state. Anxiety, urgency, restlessness, overthinking, panic cleaning at 2 a.m, racing thoughts, tight chest. Your body is mobilizing energy to confront a threat or escape it. Now here's what most people miss. When the system stays there too long, when the stress feels constant, inescapable, and unresolved, your body doesn't just keep fighting forever. It switches strategies. It drops down the ladder into something older, more primitive, and far more misunderstood. Freeze! This is the emergency brake, the immobilization response. In animal biology, if you can't run and you can't fight, you play dead to survive. The heart rate lowers, the body conserves, the organism becomes small, still hard to detect. In modern life, playing dead doesn't look dramatic. It looks like staying in bed for 6 hours scrolling while your bladder hurts. It looks like staring at a wall with dishes piled in the sink. It looks like skipping meals, skipping showers, skipping messages, because each one feels like it requires a mountain of energy you don't have. This is why I call it functional freeze. You can still technically function. You might even go to work. You can still show up in public. You can still smile. You can still answer, "I'm fine," but inside, your system is shut down. You're not choosing stillness because it feels good. You're being pulled into stillness because your nervous system has labeled movement as unsafe. Freeze is not laziness. Freeze is your body saying, if I move, something bad might happen. So I'll survive by becoming invisible. And once you understand this ladder, you stop asking, why can't I just do it? And you start asking the real question, what has my body been trying to protect me from? Here's the darkest magic of freeze. It doesn't just stop your body from moving, it turns your body down. There's a word for your brain's ability to sense what's happening inside you. Hunger, thirst, temperature, tension, fatigue, the need to stretch or use the bathroom. It's called interoception. Think of it like an internal volume knob. In a regulated nervous system, that volume is clear and honest. You feel thirsty, so you drink. You feel tired, so you rest. Your signals make sense and your actions follow. But to maintain a freeze state, your brain has to do something extreme. Because if you fully felt the discomfort of dehydration, or the grit of your unwashed skin, or the chaotic stress of the room around you, you would be forced to move. And right now, movement is registered as danger. So your nervous system flips a switch. It lowers the volume, it blurs the signals. It creates a fog between the self that thinks and the body that exists. This is where dissociation begins. Not always as a dramatic out-of-body experience, but as a quiet separation. You are present, but not fully inhabiting, and that's why self-care doesn't feel like care. To take a shower, you have to feel your skin. To eat, you have to feel your hunger. To clean, you have to feel the overwhelm your environment has been holding. Self-care requires re-entering the body, but if the body is where you've stored trauma, stress, grief, and unassigned shame, then re-entering it feels like walking into a burning building. So you avoid. Not because you don't care, but because your nervous system has learned one terrifying equation: feeling danger. And neglect becomes the shield that keeps you numb enough to survive. At first it looks like a mess problem, a messy room, a sink full of dishes, laundry on the floor, trash you keep walking past. You tell yourself you'll handle it later, when you have energy, when you feel normal again. But eventually, you realize something unsettling. The mess isn't the problem, it's the map. Because the same invisible paralysis that stops you from cleaning starts spreading into every corner of your life. It shows up in your inbox, hundreds of unread emails, thousands of notifications, a quiet graveyard of unopened messages. Not because you don't know they matter, but because opening them doesn't feel like opening information. It feels like opening a demand, a bill, a deadline, a consequence. And your nervous system responds to demands the same way it responds to cold air through an open window. Threat detected. So you delay, you avoid, you engage in a kind of magical thinking. If I don't open it, it's not real yet. Then it spreads into your health. That weird tooth pain, that mole that changed shape, the fatigue you keep dismissing. You don't avoid the doctor because you're careless. You avoid the doctor because confirmation makes reality unavoidable. And reality, right now, feels like too much. It spreads into work. You stay smaller than you are. You don't apply, you don't ask, you don't risk visibility. You become a ghost employee, present in body, absent in spirit, and it spreads into relationships. You stop replying to texts because every message is an open loop you don't have the energy to close. You can't lie and say, I'm great. You can't tell the truth and say, I'm shutting down, so you disappear. And one day, you look around at the mess, the bills, the silence in your phone, and you finally see it. These aren't separate problems. They're all the same nervous system pattern, a life slowly put on pause. This is the cruel paradox of freeze. You look like you're doing nothing, but inside your body is paying an invisible bill every second. Because ignoring yourself is not passive, it's work. Every time you feel thirst and don't drink, your brain has to fire an inhibition signal. Every time you step over the laundry, walk past the sink, avoid the email, avoid the shower, your nervous system has to keep you shut down. You're holding your needs underwater like a beach ball. And even when the surface looks calm, the muscular tension required to keep that ball down is exhausting. This is where the real cost begins. In biology, there's a term for what happens when stress systems stay switched on too long. Allostatic load. It's the wear and tear that accumulates when your body never fully resets. You're essentially driving a car with one foot on the gas and the other slamming the brake. You're not going anywhere, but the engine is overheating. The fuel is burning. The parts are grinding down. So yes, you're tired. Not because you're lazy, because your body has been in survival mode for too long. But the psychological cost is even more dangerous. Every time you want to do something and you don't, you train your brain to believe your intent has no power. You sever the pathway between I want and I do. And over time, this becomes something called learned helplessness. The tasks stop feeling hard, they start feeling impossible, not because you're incapable, but because your nervous system has been taught repeatedly that effort doesn't change outcomes. And that belief, quietly, slowly, steals your agency. That's the real tragedy. Not the clutter, not the skipped showers, but the gradual loss of the part of you that still believes you can move. One reason this topic is so confusing is because freeze can look like many other things, and if you don't name it correctly, you'll keep using the wrong tools. Here's a simple way to tell the difference. In a freeze state, the core feeling is movement feels unsafe. Even small actions trigger shutdown. Your body goes heavy, numb, foggy. You're not choosing rest. Your system is pulling the emergency brake. In depression, the core feeling is often, nothing feels worth it. Not just I can't move, but I don't see the point. Pleasure fades, meaning collapses. Life turns grey. With ADHD, the struggle is usually, I can't initiate or sustain focus. You may want to do the task, but your attention slips. You get overwhelmed by steps. You bounce between impulses without necessarily feeling numb or shut down. And in burnout, the core is, I'm depleted from chronic demand. You feel exhausted, cynical, emotionally flat, like your internal battery can't hold a charge anymore. Here's the most important part. You can have more than one of these at the same time. Freeze can sit on top of ADHD, burnout can trigger depression, trauma can fuel all of it. This isn't a diagnosis, just a map. Because when you realize what state you're in, you stop blaming your character and start choosing the right path back. If you're in freeze, the most important thing to understand is this. You cannot discipline your way out of shutdown. When your nervous system is immobilized, big plans become threats. Even a normal to-do list can feel like an attack. So if you keep telling yourself, I need to fix my life, you'll trigger more inhibition. Instead, you need a different goal. Not productivity, not transformation. Just this, shift your state by 10%, because when the state changes, action becomes possible. Here's a simple thought protocol you can do in 5 to 10 minutes. Not to solve everything, just to unstick the body enough to access movement. Step 1. Orienting, 30 seconds. Look around the room and name 5 objects out loud. Then name 3 sounds you can hear. Your nervous system needs proof that you're here and safe. Step 2. The physiological sigh, 1 minute. Inhale through your nose. Then take a second short inhale on top of it. Then exhale slowly, longer than you think you need to. Do this 3 times. This tells your body the threat is decreasing. Step 3. Temperature shift, 30 seconds. Splash cold water on your face or hold something cool against your neck. Temperature changes are one of the fastest ways to interrupt dorsal shutdown. Step 4. Micro movement, 1-2 minutes. Don't work out, just move. Shake your hands, roll your shoulders, tap your feet like you're matching a beat. Movement signals, I'm not trapped. Step 5. Rhythm, 1 minute. Put on one song with a steady beat, not for motivation, for regulation. Your body responds to rhythm before it responds to logic. That's it. Then, only then, choose one tiny action. 3 sips of water, wash your face, open 1 email, pick up 5 items. Because the goal isn't to win today. The goal is to teach your nervous system something new. Movement is not danger. Movement is relief. Here's the comeback plan that actually works, because it doesn't require you to become a new person overnight. It only asks for 1%. When you're in freeze, the goal is not to get your life together. That goal is too big, and your nervous system will reject it as danger. Instead, you rebuild the bridge between I want and I do, one tiny proof at a time. Not take a shower, just wash your face for 20 seconds. Not clean your room, just pick up 5 items and put them where they belong. Not fix your health, just drink 3 sips of water. These actions look insignificant until you understand what they really are. They are evidence. Evidence that you can move. Evidence that you can respond to yourself. Evidence that you're not helpless. And the second part is just as important. Don't do this alone. If someone in your life is safe, tell them the truth. 1 sentence, I'm not lazy. I'm in a freeze response. I need support, not pressure. If this video described you, I want you to leave a comment. I'm coming back 1% at a time. And if you want more videos like this, deep psychology, practical healing, and real language for what you've been living through, subscribe to the channel and stay with me. You're not broken, you're thawing. Thank you for watching.